Good evening. Tonight we're seeing Detlef Sierck's second feature, das Mädchen vom Moorhof, and it is going to be introduced by Olaf Möller. Olaf Möller, to coin a cliché, needs no introduction. You know him. He's a person with whom it is extremely exciting to be in agreement, but sometimes it's more exciting to be in disagreement with him. So it's always, I always enjoy his speeches or his introductions. So,
wait for my silent sound list. You have a lot to disagree on that one. So, thank you very much, Bernard. Gentlemen, in those presents I always feel very alive, which is something I can't say about too many other human beings. It's not very full. And I should say I'm not surprised, considering that this is one of the German films. The films that in the reception of Sirk always have taken somewhat second place. God knows why, maybe because unsere Sprache ist jetzt nicht allzu allgemein verständlich. I know, sorry. But maybe also because there are maybe awkward feelings about these films being made really in the midst of the Nazi film industry. One of the things we should remember is that Sirk's main mentor at the beginning was Peter Paul Brauer, who was really a top Nazi bastard and really one of the evil people running around on the German film lots. It's interesting that Brauer really took him under his wings, and this is, in fact, I'm mentioning him, the second and last feature he did with him. So Brauer was working with Sirk on his shorts, and then the first two features, and after this, Sirk moves on. This film is rather remarkable because it's actually Sirk's first film that deals with belief and religion in a pretty full frontal fashion. If we look at Sirk's oeuvre, there is a lot of religion going on, and even more of belief structures going on. A subject, I should say, that has not been looked at too much because I guess most people are quite averse to religion. I'm not. I'm a good Catholic. I enjoy myself immensely with these films because some of them are quite religious. This one is mellow religious. This is the more intellectual religious thing. You will see that you do have three competing belief systems here. At the beginning, we see the force of the Christian church. And we see that our female protagonist is very much wrestling with it. Actually, the fact that she does what she does is seen by people as a sign of her really deep Christian faith. Well, it might be deep Christian faith, misunderstood, but it's certainly not very progressive. So, enter a guy who is the symbol of the progressive ideals, a belief system in and of itself. But then we have something else. We have the ancient gods. She's doing a lot of little things to her household saints, keeping her place in good spiritual health, so to speak. She is giving little sacrifices, so to speak, for gods that are pre-Christian. So, she is, as a Christian, torn between, or let's say, serving two gods, the Christian God, as well as the ancient gods, the gods of the land, and then gets tempted and succumbs to enlightenment. This is probably, as I said, the most layered discussion of belief systems and religion that you find in Sirk's oeuvre. And we should remember, this subject is present really almost till the end of his filmmaking career. I think tomorrow morning you have the chance to see, I think, the last film in which religion plays a very key part, Battle Hymn. Another thing one should maybe mention is it's an adaptation of a Swedish novella. one of the most often adopted works of Selma Lagerlöf, Toast and Storm mit Tempête, which was adapted before this already in 1917 by Victor Sjöström, and that would be adapted, I think, 6 or 7 times after this one. Actually, there is indeed even a second German language adaptation by Gustav Uschitsky in the 50s. It's interesting that Sirk would go here with a Scandinavian author. Actually, the next film he would do is actually also a Scandinavian author. So after Lagerlöf, he moves on to Ibsen with Stützen der Gesellschaft. And, well, he did actually do quite a few Scandinavian writers, dramatists on stage. But it is, I think, also quite, it shows him moving into a more, let's say, upscale commercial sphere, because we should not forget that writers like Lagerlöf were extremely popular back then. So while we have an adaptation here of Lagerlöf for what seems like German market, indeed this was a film that could be quite sure that it would draw quite a lot of attention on the international market. So this is not as parochial a film as it might look at the beginning, or as the idea might sound adapting Lagerlöf for the German context. So I don't want to bore you anymore with my blah blah blah, just let me do a little bit of an ad. If you really want to have more insights by me into this film, go and buy the Blu-ray that was released in the United States, because I did the audio commentary for that. Then you have 90 minutes of me non-stop blabbering. It's horrible. I mean, you could also download it, then you have the horror at least for free. So now enjoy the film, and I hope you will find it as fascinating as I do, at really an underappreciated work in the context of Detlef Sierck. Thank you. Really.